Hello, 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 hello. Sit and sip a while. I'm that witch, Karina of the Witches Inn, here on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, you can find me over on Instagram at Awaken Your Inner Witch, a place to discover your inner magic, right? Like, take you from that daydreamy place into a place of reality, manifesting that most abundant life. So today, as you can see by the title, that I am going to be slinging some cards, getting the energy of this dreamy, dreamy, dreamy blue full moon in Pisces. It's a Pisces full moon, my friends. So this is like an extra kind of like spicy time to really see those manifestations come into being, right? So if you follow astrology at all, where are my astrology babes at? Drop it in the comments. You know that Pisces is the most romantic sign, right? I am very fortunate to have a partner who is a Pisces. And also, I grew up with a mom and a dad who were Pisces. And so, music and poetry are their love languages. And trust me, it does not disappoint. If you want to know a Pisces, drop into their playlist and like you will know everything. Look at their YouTube history. You will know exactly how they're feeling and exactly like what is just like sitting on their chest. And it literally is the way to their heart. So, in saying that, if you are wanting to utilize the energy of this full moon, what better way than to create your own playlist, right? Like, what are you trying to manifest in your life? What songs represent that, right? That feeling, that moment of attraction for you in your body, and put it on repeat over and over and over again. Maybe you're like me and you have a neuro spicy brain, and so you love to listen to like the same song over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you just can't listen to it anymore. This is a very powerful way to manifest for yourself. Trust me, if you are someone who finds it hard to like actually bring that feeling or that daydream out of your brain and into reality, try dropping into like music or poetry or something Pisces-esque in order to help you, because you're going to be able to source that feeling more easily in your body. You're going to be able to discover where that feeling is sitting and how you want to bring that forward. And then, of course, grab your journal or pen and just write and script and do all the amazing things. So, as you know, if you've been following me, if you're here for the first time, don't worry, I'm going to fill you in. August 1st, we had a full moon in Aquarius. Then we went right into that Lionsgate portal August 8th. And then August 15th and 16th, we had that new moon in Leo, that like beautiful new moon happening. And now today, August 30th and August 31st, we have that blue moon happening. So a blue moon happens when we have two full moons in either a lunar cycle or in a 3-month cycle. Because remember, the moon follows the year wheel of the year. Okay. So if we have it within a 3-month cycle or within the same month or month, we will have a blue moon. Now, we have a black moon. We don't have a black moon happening, but a black moon is when we get two new moons in a month cycle or in a 3-month cycle. We get 4 instead of 3. So these are really powerful times. Why? Hey, Ruby, nice to see you. Because these extra moon cycles, this extra moon that we get kind of like dropped in for us, offers a chance to set intentions as well as release, right? So, this blue moon, we get to make a wish just like we would at the new moon, but we also get this really powerful time to let go, release, and really come into more of who we are and what we want. And babes, like, I'm not joking when I say August was transformative, like extremely transformative. Whether you were like having tower moment after tower moment, or whether you were having sun after sun after sun, I'm promising you that September, all the work that you have done over this last month, heck, since May, really, but this month it seemed to amplify all of the past cycles, all the past kind of like work that you've been doing, especially since we now have 7 planets in retrograde. It is a really great time to release, reassess, and reestablish what you want in your life. If you feel like you've gotten off path, or if you've kind of been sidetracked, right? I like to call them side quests. I'm on a side quest right now. I'm going on an adventure. I'm stepping away from my regular manifestation. This is a really great time to be like, okay, what am I ready to reaffirm, reassess in my life, and like establish that, reestablish where I'm going? So tonight or tomorrow, yeah, sure, put out moon water, set those crystal babies out, like do what you would normally do at a full moon. But please make sure you are taking some time to script, to vision, to create the manifestation that you are wanting to have in your life. But make sure that you're also taking time to look at how you're already accomplishing this. Where are you already living that most abundant life? Where you might, this past version of self might be feeling like guilt or shame around it, right? Like me, I love my life. I've been saying this like often on my channel. Why? Because like we shouldn't be ashamed to say these things. Like, I love my life. I love the flow and the stability that it gives me. And I'm ready and welcoming more of that in my life. And I'm ready and willing to let go of what I need to let go in order to welcome more in my life. So make sure that, like, what are you ready to step into, and what are you ready to let go of, or what are you ready to welcome more of in order to allow that most abundant life to step forward? Okay. So Ruby saying it's been brutal since March, but making great healing progress. Yeah. I mean, I feel that. I think that, like I said in January at our January forecast for the year, that like this is going to be a year of like seeing yourself, right? Of really stepping into this place where it's like, who am I? What am I capable of? And what have I been capable of that like I might have been bypassing a lot? I actually sat with someone yesterday, and this is really common when I'm sitting with people one on one, either through tarot or through coaching, where they're like, yeah, like I just don't feel like that's me. Like people tell me all the time that like I'm intuitive, or I won this award, or I won that award for, you know, my specialty, what I do in my life. And I just like I have huge imposter syndrome, and I'm like, yeah, babe, because it comes so naturally to you. And like that was my issue too. Like things that other people are actually having to actively work towards and establish. It's so natural for so many people, right? Like if you are an empath, a highly sensitive person, you have been training your intuition all your life. You have been hyper vigilant to your surroundings, especially the energy of your surroundings. Trust me, you are not an imposter. You are like fine tuned. And so stepping into and welcoming more of your intuition and actually channeling it and like noticing or being conscious of the way that you're channeling it can feel weird, can feel icky, because like so often you've probably been like, it's just so natural to you that you don't even realize like how easy it comes to you. So bringing consciousness to it can bring that like kind of imposter syndrome or doubt. And like this year of 7, is this place where it's like, okay, what are all the struggles? What are all the things that I've had to deal with in my life that I haven't just survived, but I've thrived? And oftentimes, a lot of people come to me for that advice. And where can I actually start applying that into me? So, a quick little plug before I get into my energy reading for this blue moon, and like drop down below like how this is resonating for you. Drop down below like where maybe you're struggling and seeing like improvement. Like, I love to connect. My email is down below. If you want to email me privately, please do so. Find me on Instagram. That's where I kind of show up the most. Drop into my DMs. I love having conversations with you. Okay. If you are looking to get connected into your inner witch, if you are looking to discover like what are the basics of witchcraft, what should I really be looking at? Because for me, witchcraft is discovering that cycle of life, right? Where am I? Am I in a rest cycle? Am I in a growth cycle? Like, what is the best magic to utilize at this time in my life? I am teaching Witching 101, where I will teach you all about the moon. I will teach you all about the wheel of the year. I will teach you some spell work. And also, we're going to accompany that with some journal prompts to help you hear your inner voice and actually step into that intuition without doubt, without like this fear of imposter syndrome, because you're in a container where everyone is learning and stepping into it. And what I love about these is that with you, I always learn so much more. So although I'm leading the course, you also help me. And it's just so beautiful. And until August 31st, seriously, it's only $55 when you use or redeem code MAGIC at checkout. Again, all of this is in the description box below. As of September 1st, it's going to be 111, and we start September 18th. It's a 4-week course. Trust me, you're going to love it. If you love just like even just, I have a lot of people that are like, I love hearing you talk. If you just love hearing me talk, it's worth it. You're going to get so much out of it. All right. Yeah. So Ruby saying, I didn't even know I was intuitive until 2 years ago. It was freaking amazing. Yeah. And I've sat with Ruby, and they've signed up for Witching 101, but I've sat with Ruby in my Tarot for Beginners course and stuff. And like, you rocked it. You rocked it, queen. Like, so there you go. Someone right there is saying, I didn't know that I was an intuitive until 2 years ago. And now they're literally running their own intuitive business. And I couldn't be more proud. And I know how proud they are of themselves, of just all the work that they've done. And it's amazing what we can do when we just claim that for ourselves. I am intuitive. I am a witch. I am a fashionista. I am whatever you want to be, right? And for me, witchcraft has really helped me along that. So, Witching 101, again, down in the description, or send me an email if you can't find it. I'm happy to help you get set up. Like I said, some people have been commenting recently being like, hey, trying to sign up for things, it's just really overwhelming. Can you help me? 100%. That's what I'm here for. Okay. All right. So let's see what this dreamy Pisces new full blue moon is wanting to share with us at this time. All right, let's see. What is the overall? Thank you. Arching strength, the strength card. Now, this is like giving me big full moon Aquarius vibes for some reason. I'm pretty sure that card didn't come out. It was the sun, I believe, that came out. But it really is kind of like this growth from that sun energy into this strength card, where it's like, can I feel safe in my joy? Can I feel strength in my joy? Even if there are still like struggles kind of like coming about, like Ruby saying, I've been feeling this moon for a few days already. 100%. Me too. Like, it is wrecking havoc on my body. And I like to call that kind of that energy like an ascension, right? Like, Our body is calibrating to the ascension of the new vibration that we are going to step into. Notice your strength. Notice how you've been navigating this past month. Has it been hard? But you've been taking extra time to rest and listen to your body. Maybe you've been putting things off a little bit that, like, yes, like you need to get to it. But at the same time, you're like, my well being matters more, or this matters more. That's a big, big representation of the strength and the growth that you are experiencing as a person. Has your self talk, been minimal, or it's still there, but you're able to combat it like a lot quicker, where you're like, yeah, that might have been true before, but now I don't feel that way. And so, like, thanks spirit, thanks that voice in my head that is letting me know just how far I've come. Strength. This card is all about like stepping into and honoring those inner demons. It's not about slaying those inner demons. What it's all about is honoring them, right? When we're working in our shadow, when we're working in our strengths, we're not denying those parts of us. One second. What we're really doing is saying, I see you, I hear you. What's the story that you want to tell me? And how can I transmute this energy into something that is more aligned into my being, right? The inner child has been coming up huge here, trusting and honoring that inner child and really saying, like, I see your strength. I see all that you had to do. I see how you needed to be a more capable adult at such a young age. Guess what, babe? I'm ready to take over. I'm ready to take all the lessons that we have learned and put those into joyful action, not dreadful action. Yeah, lots of rest, not worrying about other stuff right now. Exactly. Really taking this time to be in a place of like contemplation. I'm going to go back to this card here, the dog days of summer. Maybe your summer hasn't been what you thought it would be. But can you look back and see that, yeah, it has been what I needed to be? It's interesting. So, as I'm reading, obviously, just intuitive hits are coming to me, and a dream is coming up that I had last night. And I had a dream that I was visiting with people that haven't seen me since I cut my hair. And it was a witches' council or something. I don't really remember the exact scenario, but my hair was quite long. It was, like down to here. I cut a good like 8 to 10 inches off. And in my dream, they said, wow, you look so much better. Your hair was gray when I last saw you, and now it's back to its natural color, what it should be. So where in your life over the last maybe couple years have you been aging yourself, where now you can take that kind of wisdom and apply it to that inner child that's living very freely and like coming through, and you might even appear like younger to other people. You might have this kind of magical era or aura around you, and this vibrance coming out from you, right? Like that is your energy field. That is this like beautiful beautiful manifestation of people actively telling you, like earth angels saying to you, like, wow, I see how you've aligned, how you've went from lack. And I'm not saying that gray hair is lack by any means, okay? But in my dream, this is how it was represented, of like dull, it was worn out, it was maybe used too much, in the sense of like it was time to create something new. It was time to step out and shift, where cutting that off, and cutting those, like, for me, my hair is very magical. So cutting that kind of, that those old lessons, that it's like, okay, I've learned that I don't need to keep repeating this cycle over and over and over again. I can step into joy now, right? How that creates vibrance in our lives. So I hope that that makes sense. But that's where I'm kind of seeing the strength card. Where have you experienced hardship? over and over and over again, where you're like, I'm done that cycle. I'm closing that cycle. Now this hardship is actually going to be a place of joy for me because I see that I've survived and it's moved me into thrival. Whatever that thrival looks like for you, I'm going to build upon that. I'm going to let this new growth come out and welcome the vibrance that's there with it. Thank you. Okay, Knight of Cups. I love this Knight of Cups came out with this Pisces moon. Lead with love. Lead with love. Thank you, Ruby. Perfect. That's perfect. Letting go of a lack mindset. Beautiful. Thank you. You created the most. See, I told you, we are in this together. We're vibing together. Letting go of lack mindset. What a beautiful capture of what I just said. Amazing. Knight of Cups. Leading with love. Leading with love. And when, love is an action, love 100% is an action. It is a verb, right? It's not a noun. It can be used as an adjective, but to me, love is a verb. And when we step into strength, when we step into who we are, we lead with love. We offer other people the permission to do the same, to show up as they are, right? And we're going to lead with love in that representation. And we get to decide if the love that they're showing up with is the love we need, the action we need in our lives, right? We're going to lead with love. And as situations come forward for us, we get to decide if the situation, if the person, if the place, if the thing that spirit or people are giving to us is the love that we require from ourselves or from our surroundings at this time. And if not, then we get to go, can you show me something else? Can you bring me something else? And if it's a no, that's okay. I'm going to lead with love anyways. I'm going to thank you for showing up just as you are, just as this is being presented. And I'm going to evaluate where I actually want to put my energy and how much energy I want to give into it. Right? That is an amazing act of love. When we can say to someone, hey, I see you. I can appreciate all that you are, all that this is, not just a person, but your business, situations, people at work, right? Work situations, and go, but you know what? I'm going to choose to direct my energy somewhere else, knowing that love is just as much as a practice as anything else. We are going to be discovering new ways that we require love every single day, every single year. And that's a beautiful reminder under this Pisces moon, something that we might have needed last year. If we've let go of that lack mindset, right? If we've let go of the bare minimum of our lives, then we're going to require love in a new way. And it's okay for you to step into and accept that love in your life, right? It's okay to step into and say, I know that when you maybe knew me before, even to yourself, I know before that it was okay that situations were showing up in the bare minimum, but not anymore. Not anymore. Remember that aura, how people are telling me that I look different and I act different and I have just a light, airy glow around me. I see that in all of you watching. I see that in all of you watching the replay. I'm going to require more. I'm going to ask more of the people that I have around me. Again, it's not saying that I don't accept people as they are, but I am going to need more nourishment. Love is nourishment in order to sustain this vibration. Because I know that when I am nourished, I get to nourish other people the same way. I get to nourish situations the same way. I'm going to go from I need a lot of rest, or I'm going to see that needing a lot of rest is nourishment and love. And when I switch into a new cycle where it's like, all right, I'm ready. Let's rock. Let's go. It's easier for me to step into that. It's easier for me to let go of what might become a little bit lackey in my life. So I love this. All right. What about manifestations? Let's see that, right? Yeah. So Ruby's saying, my friends changed when I grew. I outgrew them, and that's okay. Yeah. It's saying, like, I release you with love. I see where you are. And like, I'm sure if those friends came in a place of need, you would be like, I'm here for you. But also, it's establishing that energetic boundary that's saying, like, I'm here for you in a different way now. I'm here for you, not giving you all of me, not like sacrificing who I am. I'm going to be here in a place that's like going to empower you now, because that is the type of reciprocity that I require in a friendship, that I need in a friendship. It doesn't mean that it's going to be tit for tat constantly, but I'm going to make sure that it's not me constantly giving. Sorry, I'm going to riff a little bit here. I actually had to message a friend the other day, actually the first day of Mercury retrograde, and be like, "Hey, you know what? Every time you show up here, you just you dump all your stuff and then you leave. You ghost. I don't hear from you anymore. I'm not here anymore." And then again in a couple of days, like, here's all my stuff. Hold my stuff for me. And I said, I'm not going to accept that anymore. So, like, if you're not going to give me a conversation, if you're not going to fill me in, if you're not going to ask me what's actually happening in my life without having to give anecdotes of what's happening in your life, then, like, I'm sorry that I don't, this isn't it for me. And, before I have all like the neuro spicy people come at me, I think that, like, part of, like, yes, our love language is giving anecdotal stuff, because we want people to know, hey, like, I know you, I see you, I've been in this with you before. But also, it's coming into a place where, like, do you know the time and place to do that? Because sometimes people just need to, like, get it out, and for you to hold space. And so it might not be not giving an antidote, but it might be saying, hey, I would really love to share my love language with you. Are you open to that? Or do you just need space right now to let that out? But again, it's not always just like giving, right? Or dumping. We have to be in a place where it is give and take, where we are being nourished. Again, that inner child and that mother, that resentful mother, is very big at this time. And it makes a lot of sense to me, because over the last kind of 2-ish years, this is where people have really been focusing their energy. All right. So let's see what can help us manifest this blue moon. What can help us manifest this blue moon? Ooh, we have 2 cards. We have the Temperance and we have that Ace of Pentacles. And I love that this came out at the exact same time. So I have really, really been working on abundance, right? Abundance of all kinds. I am stepping into this, and I want to help you step into this as well. And I love that the Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles came out. So the Ace of Pentacles, or Pentacles, often people are like, oh, money, that represents money. Yes, but also it represents our energy capacity, what we are able to take in and what we are able to put out, right? Pentacles are our earth element. It's our grounding element. So it is our resources. And what is our greatest, most abundant resource? Our energy capacity, right? Think about the spoons analogy. How many spoons do you have today? And how do you actually want to be spending those spoons? Or what do you need to be spending those spoons on, right? Maybe some days you have a million spoons and it's easy for you to just like give to yourself, give to others. But other days you might only have like 3 or 4 spoons, and those spoons are concentrated on feeding you and getting you to work and putting, getting your kids or your pets fed, and just relaxing, because sometimes relaxing can take a lot of work, especially if you come from a place where, you feel guilty about not being capitalistic productive, right? So I love that, like the temperance of this balance, right? Seeing ourselves as coming into balance with this Ace of Pentacles of saying, like, hey, you're going to have the energy, you're going to have the resources, you're going to have the things you need as you need it. But it's really important for you to step into flow or step into balance, especially if you are a socialized female. Okay. Because your natural state of being is receiving. The more you are able to relax and receive, the easier it is for you to give love, give abundance, give that beauty that is your essence, your presence. So when it comes to manifesting this blue moon, really it is saying, what do I want to receive? This Ace of Pentacles. What is it that I want to receive? Is it money? Is it more time? Is it more friends? Is it love? What is that resource that you're looking to receive? And making a plan on how to flow within your energy. What is it that you require? For me, I personally, can I start my day early? Yes. Like if I have to be somewhere before 8 a.m. or like 9 a.m., I can do that. But is that sustainable for me long term? No, it's not. It's not. And it took me a long time to not feel guilt and shame around that knowing of myself. It's not who I am. So now I start my day around 8 or 9. I get up around 8 or 9, depending on the day. And I don't start actually actively working in my day until 10 a.m. And going from there, I don't even start seeing clients except for the odd client until 1 p.m. Why? Because like I like how my day flows in the morning. I like having that extended period of time to kind of like, fuck around and find out. To be in a place where I get to sit in the wonderment of what is the day? What is my energy? What's actually here for me today? Do I need to do some like maybe back end stuff that feels abundant to do before I actually start seeing clients? Do I want to sit and on YouTube and like offer readings, right? I've balanced my day in this way. And I've come into knowing that, like, I don't need to feel guilt or shame for those people that like to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Like, both my parents were like early birds, right? My dad was up at like 5 a.m. all the time. Didn't matter what he was doing that day, he was just up at that time. My mom, same thing. She was up at like 6 a.m. every single day, starting her day at like 8, like working or whatever. That's not me. It wears me out and it makes me drained. If I do a week steady of that, I am exhausted. It doesn't matter the time of the month, it doesn't matter the time of the year. It's just not ideal. When I'm on vacation, it's the same thing, right? There are some days where I purposely plan getting up a little bit earlier so I can really take in everything. But other than that, I sit and I allow myself to be. Yeah, my brain is not fully functional until 10 or 11 a.m., 100%. And I used to feel so guilty about that. So when we're manifesting, it really is, right? And obviously, I understand that I have set up my life that, I am experiencing abundance in the amount of time that I have. And I'm grateful for that. And I realize that not everyone here watching this is going to have that, right? You might work a 9 to 5, you might work an 8 to 5, you might work shift work, you might, all these things. But like, where can you take time? Where can you be in a place of, let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. Where can you be in a place where balancing your energy feels good? And you might not be able to start with time, but when you can start with is how you're interacting with others. Does that one coworker come to you all the time and just like dump about their day? and you're like, yeah, it just drains me. Like by that time, I'm just drained. Where you could start saying to them, like, you know what? I'm actually really busy right now. I don't have the time to listen to this. If you want to chat for like 5 minutes at noon, I'm happy to do that. But like, I can't, sorry, not right now, not today. That's a strong boundary, right? That's a strong boundary for self. That's showing, that's stepping into love for yourself. That's showing strength to yourself, right? And that's also like asking that person in a roundabout way to be accountable for how they're showing up, for what they're doing, right? To your energy. They don't necessarily know they're doing that to your energy, but it's you taking accountability going, I don't like how this constantly happens. I don't know how I became the dumping ground, but like it's not for me. So, really, like how to manifest is like I said at the beginning, be in this place of like, what is in your control right now? What is in your control where you can create more flow and more ease in your life in order to welcome more resourceful abundance in your life, either through energy, money, time, space, actual resources, whatever that looks like for you, love, friendship, right? People, places, travel, all that kind of stuff. So I love this. Okay, beautiful. All right. So I have my little trinket container here, and I'm going to pull a few trinkets for us. Oh, we have a lot of trinkets coming through. Okay. So, first and foremost, we have two of my witches in pins. Okay. So, to me, this really is just saying, like, kind of like really connect with that inner witch, right? Whatever that means to you, define what witch means to you. To me, it's someone who alchemizes and works within the energy that is there and gets to manifest and work and brew the magic that they want to brew in their lives. What does that mean for you, right? Get connected to that inner witch. Second, we have this beautiful hair clip that it's kind of saying, like, I love that it's blue, this color of Pisces. Don't be afraid to do the hard work, okay? But this hard work actually isn't like hard work. It's work for you. What have you been maybe putting off? We are the easiest person to put things off for because we have to live with ourselves. We always show up for ourselves eventually. So, where have you been putting off that hard work for yourself that it's time to maybe like tie your hair back and get to it? Okay. We then have my Tina pin. I like big butts, and I cannot lie, with her heart there. Okay. Come into beautifully loving yourself, loving your energy, loving all the things, right? When we accept our inner demons, when we accept the demons that are here, it allows us to kind of step into this place of acceptance, of love, of flow, and it makes our experience so much easier. Next, I love how all these things are blue, right? Like this really Pisces type of energy. Where are you looking to travel in your life? And I want you to think of travel not as like, oh, I'm going here, right? Like I'm going to Nova Scotia or whatever. Where are you actually wanting to travel in your life with regards to your manifestations? What are you wanting to do? Where are you wanting to go? And how can you create more ease, right? Like a Volkswagen van, you can clean, you can sleep, you can do all these things in there. So it's like within this travel, simplify the things, simplify the things. And with that, this beautiful butterfly, get ready for change, get ready for growth, get ready for like you busting out of that chrysalis and stepping into this beautiful new chapter in your life. And then finally, we have our last pin, our grimoire here. Let's see. Can't see it, but we do have, it has little tabs. It has little paper sticking out, and it has the words witch. Aishika, thank you so much. Hi. Um, are you keeping track? Right? A grimoire is meant to help you keep track of where you have come, what you have done, the spells you have spun in your life, what worked, what didn't, what needs reevaluating, where have you been, and where are you going? Right? So make sure you're keeping track. As much as you're looking forward, do not be afraid to look back. Not in comparison. Well, I guess, yeah, in comparison of like where you have been and what's been made possible, what you, as well as the universe, has been made possible. All right. Beautiful beings, beautiful babes. This is your full moon in Pisces, blue moon, make a wish, manifestation portal reading today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to work with me one to one, either through tarot or through coaching or any of my groups that are out there, out and about, check out all the description box. You got spellbinding workshops, you have personal meditations, tarot, and of course, like I said, coaching. I love to chat with you. If you just want to like share an experience with me, send me an email, send me a DM over on Instagram. And also, I am looking for folks. I am ready. To get Awakened, Your Unhinged Awakening podcast up and running. And I am looking for you to tell me about your paranormal or ghost stories that have helped shape you into the person that you are today. I would love to either have you on the podcast or you can email me and I will read your paranormal experience on the podcast. So let me know. I am so grateful for each and every one of you that share space, that watch this, that share it out to friends. I hope you have an amazing blue moon. And until next time, babes, have fun, stay magical. I'm that witch, Karina. Bye.